Okay, this is a video on using the healing brush, spot healing brush, and the clone stamp tool. So basically, a lot of these pictures are showing blemishes, but you can cover up anything you want in a picture, but usually it works best with a small area in a photo that may be distracting. So you're going to use this eventually for your project. So on Google Classroom, we're going to do a practice together. But then you are going to choose your own photo from your camera roll or wherever to cover or remove something out of a photo that may be distracting. But we're going to do a practice one together. So go ahead and save this sunset picture and go ahead and open it in Photopea. So we've got it open in Photopea. And we're going to actually eliminate this fisherman over here and make it look like he was never there. So we got our picture open and we're going to go ahead and start with the spot healing. So over here in the toolbar, it looks like a little band-aid. If you click and hold down, there's the spot healing and then the healing brush. We'll start with the spot healing. This one is more instant. Sometimes it works really well for a photo, but for other photos, you may have to use a different tool, which I'll show you in just a little bit. So if you can't find it, you can always search for it here in this little search bar, so you can look up spot healing. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and make our brush a little bit bigger. So I'm going to use my brackets and I'm going to make them just about the size of the boat. So it goes just around him, and all I have to do is click one time. So it takes just a second, kind of collects the information around it, and then it covers it up. So you can see that it's almost right, but like the horizon doesn't look quite right. You could try it a couple times. So maybe I move my circle down, maybe I make it just a little bit bigger and move it down so it's not overlapping with the horizon line. Click, let it generate, and then we got that. So it's okay. Sometimes it works well, probably for smaller areas than the one I just did. But then the second thing that I'm going to show you is just the regular healing brush tool. So if I click and hold down, we're going to go down here to just the healing brush. So this doesn't have the little star next to it. So this one is very similar, but instead you actually collect information from the photo and then you cover it up. So I'm going to go ahead and make my brush bigger. And if I just try to click once, this comes up. So we have to select an area from the photo, gather some information before we can move on. So I'm going to go like medium-sized brush, and what you're going to do is near your area that you're going to try to cover up, you're going to collect information. How you're going to do this, you're going to hold down Alt on your keyboard. For Macs, it's Option. So Alt, so click and hold down Alt, and this little crosshair cursor should come up, and then just click with your mouse, and then you can let go of all that. So then when I move this, you can see it has a perfect image of what I just collected. Now, this has a very hard edge. If I were to click, it doesn't look realistic really. So I'm going to undo that. And then what we're going to do is actually soften this. So the hardness is 100%. I'm going to lower this quite a bit. So now you can see it's a little more subtle, softer edges, and all you need to do is cover up that area, and you can collect information as many times as you want. So maybe I go back over here, hold down Alt, and gather some more information. So that is an option. Sometimes that works better. And then I'm going to show you one more option for covering things up, and that is the clone stamp. So if you don't have it in your toolbar, it looks like this, like a little stamp. Otherwise, look it up using this little search bar. I believe you hold down J as well if you want to do like the shortcut key. Or sorry, S, I guess. All right, so we're on the clone stamp. This is the same. I honestly don't really know the difference between the clone stamp and the healing brush because it's the same concept. Photoshop has the clone stamp. So if we make our brush a little bit bigger, same thing. You're going to hold down Alt, click with your mouse, collect that information. Same thing, it's got a pretty hard edge. We're going to bring that down, and then we can cover up some of that picture. And that is it. You could even cover up this little watermark here if you wanted to, or maybe the bird in the sky or whatever. So this is just the practice one. Now what you are going to do is look up your own photos. You can use your personal photos or maybe look something up online. Find a small area that may be distracting in your picture that you want to cover up, and then you are going to edit that. You're going to upload the original picture and then upload your edit. And then there's a couple project questions that you need to answer once you are finished.